Again, I'm trying this and on YouTube. So let's see how it's popping off. Give me a second to clue in. Hey guys, hi Enamored Beauty. Hello, Teresa. Hello, everyone. Glad to see you guys can make it tonight. Give me 1 second. How's everybody doing? What did you guys do today? How was your Monday? First of all, that's what I should ask. Because mine had been quite, 1 minute it was busy and the next minute it wasn't. So I have my camera set up over here, my phone, and then I have my laptop right here. So I'm really looking down and looking up to see who's chatting with me. It's good to see you guys. You took 2 Zumba. Oh my gosh. That's intense. That's intense. Hi, Alicia. Hi, Jessica. Hello, Blair. You took a week off. Drag yourself through work. I believe it. I believe it. It's always good to be home. I mean, to be honest with you, Blair, working is, man, I want to say it's overrated, but we like perfumes. Teresa says it was a very good day. Hi, Rob. So, for those of you that are just joining me here, I'm also going live on Facebook. So, hopefully that one kicks off. I can't manage 3 platforms right now at this time, but I am Pam. And if this is your first time here, welcome. I'm doing a live today on fragrances that I have either tried first, I've worn several times, but mostly samples. That's why I labeled it minis. And what I do is I talk about fragrances and I also talk about beauty and sometimes healthcare and stuff like that. But for the most part, what I try to focus on, let me turn the camera this way. Let's see if I can get all of it. There we go. For the most part, what I do is I really try to focus on fragrances, particularly niche fragrances, but I do have designer fragrances as well as I think 1 or 2 celebrity. And I have sinuses, so you're going to hear me sniffing quite a bit. So I apologize in advance for that. So let's see here. Overrated. Blair said that work is overrated. Yes, man, I think it's overrated. The other thing I'm trying to do is get my lighting properly. I've watched like 7 lighting videos this weekend, and they said you should light going back this way. Well, I put it on and I looked washed out, and then the lens were all in my face. So I moved them to go that way. I need to call Dawn and her hubby and let them tell me how to fix up these lightings, or just, I don't know. But so far, I could see the lighting from my webcam here in my face and over here on Instagram. But oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I have a lot of makeup. So first of all, y'all like my scarf? I have a lot of makeup, and a lot of times people don't really. Hi, Debbie. Thanks for joining. A lot of times people don't really get down with makeup videos and whatnot. But I actually started my YouTube talking about makeup, high-end makeup. Um, and then I would end my videos with like my fragrance of the day and whatnot. So I used to do a lot of get ready with me, a lot of skincare. I used to do a lot of that. Skincare, how do you say, like tools and things of that nature. But I stopped buying a lot of that thing because I got a lot of skincare, like a lot. So I'm trying to work through that. And hey, Debbie. Oh, I already told you, hey. But, anyways, so I initially started my channel doing that. And right now, my focus really is on fragrance, but I am, for me, I'm not just fragrance. I'm layers. There are multiple layers to this chick right here. And one of them is makeup. I am a Pat McGrath, Natasha Denona junkie. Okay. I had before, I don't have her lip gloss as Pat McGrath, but I think I have all the lipsticks that work well with my skin tone. And I used to buy all her palettes and everything. So I literally have tons of makeup, and they will go bad if you don't use them. So I am using them. So thank you very much. Today's the pink day. Today I felt with pink. I just got through doing an interview for a book that I was a co-author from. It is called Misadventures Guide to Ultimate Empowerment for Women, but it's actually a book that is good for men and women. And this book is phenomenal. It has 23 of us authors, including the lead author, which is Stephanie Bailey. And her on Instagram, she's called Misadventures. But she is a healing practitioner. All the women in here, they are phenomenal. So if you get an opportunity, please pick this book up. It is on Amazon. My chapter is chapter 8, and it is called Surviving After the Death of a Teenage Child. And that is my chapter. So I'll be talking a lot about this book throughout my other videos and whatnot, because I feel that there are a lot of women and men, family members, parents and whatnot, who have lost their children. And it's kind of like you're in a time warp, Groundhog Day every day. And if you've ever dealt with grief, you know, grief has its own timeline and it's okay to grieve. But in that process, what ends up happening is that all the women that wrote in the book and wrote about their chapters, they are just phenomenal women. First of all, I keep saying that because it is true. They're phenomenal women. And on top of that, the stories give you the okay to say some of the things that you experience in life, whether it's abusive situations, whether it's, not healing from childhood trauma and things of that nature. For those of you that don't know, I'm going to do a whole series on this, I think, but there's a lot of trauma in my life that caused me to be the woman that I am. And whether or not I put things away in a lockbox or whatever, or whether I buy, really expensive shoes and clothing and perfumes and whatnot to tolerate or to deal with all of that. A lot of us do that. A lot of us do that, So in the process of writing my chapter, I had to come to terms with open up the wounds, of shutting down when I shut down when my son passed away. So it was a tough process, but it wasn't just me. Like I said, there are 23 of us, and the book is absolutely awesome. Again, it's called The Misadventures Guide to the Ultimate Empowerment for Women. Let me push back a little bit on my chair. And this book, you can find it on Amazon. And I think I'm going to start doing some giveaways where I include this book, because I think this is a great book. In the book, we write about our process, but we also have healing portions. We have lessons in the book at the end of every single chapter, how we dealt, or guidance, what we recommend that you do in order to move forward. And I recognize that some of these things that I said to people to do, I would start doing them, but then I would fall back into my patterns of coping. So, which are not the best. When you drop like $1,000 a month on perfumes or more, that ain't good, right? So anyways, that's this book right here. So let's get into talking about Proad and Myth fragrances. So if you have, let me see how many people in the room first before we start talking about these perfumes. We've got 3 people on YouTube. Please make sure you hit the like button. And on Instagram, we've got 5. So a total of 8, and that's good enough for a party. If there was 8 people in my house right now, we'd be drinking. Okay. All right. So Proad and Myth perfumes. I was introduced to that brand via Fumi. And Fumi Monet, she has her own perfume called Exalted by Fumi Monet. And it's a collaborative effort between Fumi and Bella Aura Skincare, which, by the way, I'm working on a video for Bella Aura Skincare. Child, my face was feeling kind of somehow, even with all the stuff that I already put on it. And I introduced, because of the issue I had last year where I broke out and I felt like I had a stroke, but with skincare. So I introduced 1 or 2 items, and my face feels so good. Every morning I get up to wash my face or rinse my face, I was like, oh my God. And it's the products. But I don't want to talk about Bella Aura right now. I just got to say that a video is coming. So back to Proad and Myth. So I have several fragrances that I purchased because I was introduced to it via Fumi's TikTok reel. And the fragrance I was introduced to was this one. This is called Cherry Syrup Intense. And let me put it on this side so everyone can see it. Cherry Syrup Intense this is a Proad fragrance. And this is, in my opinion, a fragrance that's very similar. If you were to take Baccarat Rouge, and I'm not kidding, Baccarat Rouge 540 and Tom Ford's Lost Cherry together, and you mesh those 2 together, or you wear one on one side of that's how I layer, one on one side of my body, one on the other side of my body, you will get that scent, right? But this has I don't know, I think it has a very high concentration of oil in there, because when I spray this on my skin, I have to wait for it to dry down first of all, and then let me just spray a little bit. I didn't want to spray anything on my skin because I have all these samples. I have 10 samples to go through of other fragrances, but I gotta. Oh my god, this smells so good. If you can see it, I don't know if you can see it on YouTube, but you can see the sheen right here. And once, oh, this is so good. Guys, this is such a good cherry fragrance. It is a great cherry fragrance. So what I did, I saw Fumi's video. I'm so tangential, y'all. I saw Fumi's video, and then she at Layla Scents, and this is on TikTok. And then I reached out to Layla. Well, Layla's video of this fragrance, she had, his name is Gangh, and he has a perfume store, right? And he is a US distributor for Proad and Myth. Proad and Myth is out of Bangkok, Thailand. These are the first perfumes that I had where the perfumer is actually, I believe the perfumer is Thai. Okay. And I was like, if Fumi put her stamp on it and Layla put her stamp on it, then Pam's got to put her nose on it. Okay. So I ordered it blind. I ordered this blind, and then, oops, hold on one second, y'all. Okay. I ordered Proad Cherry Syrup Intense, and then I looked at the notes and I saw strawberry and cream, and I ordered that too because I like me some fruity notes. I just don't like it too synthetic, squeaky, hurting my tummy type of sweet. But these two I ordered blindly, and y'all know I don't really like to buy blind. Anyways, when I opened up the box for Cherry Syrup Intense, I'm still sniffing my arm. Y'all, this is good. When I opened up the box of Cherry Syrup Intense, I could smell it. Like, it's so good. So I was really happy with this. And then I was equally as happy with Strawberry and Cream. Strawberry and Cream has a very effervescent type of vibe. If you hear guitar playing, my son is practicing his guitar. So this here, I think I like to layer it with strawberries and what is it? Strawberry shortcake from Bath and Body Works. And I also like to layer it with Eden Juicy Apple. And there was something else I pulled out the other day to layer it with. It's by Lolita Lempicka. It's called Sweet. It's like a little strawberry looking, apple looking bottle. I also played with it with that one, but my preference is that Bath and Body Works body mist called Strawberry Pound Cake. So, there are more people on YouTube that join. So let me put my glasses on, put my spectacles on and check out. Okay. Jessica says she has a bottle of Strawberry and Cream. Hi, Nadia. Yes, Blair. Thank you. Thank you so much. Blair says my good skincare is his best foundation. And I noticed that because, to be honest with you, I have not been using my primer all the time. Sometimes I forget. Y'all, when you get to a certain age, you got to put everything on your phone, an alarm for everything. I think I have ADHD. But anyways, I had to put an alarm for everything. I have gotten I have put like contour on my face and almost walked out the door with the contour on my face, forget to blend. And I put powder and everything, and tell me, I look at it and I said, blend it out, Pam. I completely forgot. Anyways, I'm just saying that these skincare is the base. If you have good skincare, a practice, and it's all in consistency, you'll find that not only will, your skin look good with makeup and whatnot if you wear makeup, but when you put perfume on your body, good skincare is not just your face, your entire body. Okay. I'm telling you guys, you'll notice a difference in how your skin looks and feels. If you have pilaris, which are the little bumps that we get on the inside of our elbows and the inside of our knees. For some of us, I don't know about y'all, but I have eczema up the legs where I have like white blotches all over. It looks like I got burned. And as I got older, it gets worse. And then when I get burns, you'll see like I have a burn mark here, burn mark there, because I burnt myself a couple of years ago, 2019, really bad while I was cooking. So, in my head, I'm like cover, but sometimes what happens is if you do consistent skincare, you'll notice that those marks or deficits, or however you want to call them, they'll kind of go away a little bit. Okay. All right. So let's get to starting with, let's see. I love the strawberry pound cake and the body care. Yes, Teresa, I love taking care of your skin. Me too. Me too. Hi, Winter Michelle. Hi, Erica. I'm glad you are safe. So much stuff happened this weekend, guys. So much stuff happened this weekend. So I love strawberry and cream. It is not heavy. It is not thick. It is not one of those type of fragrances where you're anticipating it's going to be like sticky, and it's just light. Like I mentioned, effervescent. It has a little of a champagne. Look at that mist. I don't know if y'all can see it. Hold on. See that? So soft. Beautiful fragrance. To me, I think it's very elegant. And it's so light, you can keep spraying and not even realize you keep on spraying. You're not going to get a headache from it. I spray like a heck of a lot of it because I like to overspray. Nathan, I'm on a live, sweetheart. Go to your dad. Go to your dad. Okay. Let's see here. I didn't miss any notes. So the other one, Proad, is this. Now, the latest Proad that I got is a coffee scent, and this is called Cafe de Chiang Mai. And when I looked it up on the internet to see how to pronounce it, because y'all know I love to pronounce things properly as best as I possibly can between my accents and the way I talk, big mouth. Sometimes I get it wrong, but I believe that's how you pronounce it. Cafe de Chiang, as in Chang, but it's Chaing, Chiang Mai. And this one is a beautiful fragrance. It's got coffee, it's got chocolate, it's got vanilla. Actually, all the notes are in the back of the bottle. And so it's got bergamot, it's got neroli, sugar, violet, geranium. I love geranium in a perfume. Heliotrope, amber, vanilla, tobacco, some pepper, jasmine, rum. I need a glass right about now. Musk, orchid, and champaca. Let's see here. So my record. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you, Nadia. You guys are so sweet. Blair says he really wants to buy the cherry syrup. You should check it out. The prices are decent. Smells yummy. The prices to me are decent for Myth and Proad fragrances. Now, when I purchased the first two, which is the cherry syrup intense and the strawberries and cream, when I purchased these two, what I received were some samples. And those samples, that package of samples is right here. So Gangh sent me he sent me 5 samples. He sent me chocolate cafe, which is, that's not my one, right? Nope, that's a chocolate fragrance. Then he sent me Istanbul, champagne. These are by one. Let me see. This one is by Myth. So the chocolate is by Myth, and then the champagne and Istanbul is by Proad. And after this live, guys, what I'll do is I put a list of the fragrances down in the description, okay, and the captions. Then Sherry Syrup Gold, which is another fragrance, which I actually really like as well. So I know I like that. And then To Die For. These are the first 5 that I actually tried. And I'm like, oh boy, I'm about to go broke with these people. You've been hearing a lot about the strawberries and cream. Okay. So yeah, it's good. It's good. It's very inexpensive. Correct. Teresa says that the fragrances are very inexpensive. My recommendation is that you reach out to Gangh. You can look at on Instagram. If you click on my bio, you'll see a little link, right? And when you click on that link, I have everything that I'm affiliated with or that I have a discount code for, everything is on there. And you will see, I believe I put my link for Proad on there as well, Proad and Myth. And then you can go to their, I'm telling you, you're not going to be disappointed. At least try them. Okay. That's my recommendation. I keep taking my glasses off because I look cute over here. But I can't see. Okay. So let's talk about To Die For. So I'm going to switch over really quick to because a lot of the fragrances are located on Fragrantica. And To Die For is by Proad. And the name of the fragrance, I don't know specifically why she named it that, or he named it that. The name of the perfumer, I cannot pronounce his last name properly, but his first name is Jutinat, and his last name, I'm going to make an attempt here, Paya Weerong. Paya Weerong. Paya Weerong. That's a tongue twister. So the notes are fig, blackcurrant, pink grapefruit, lemon. Middle notes are jasmine, rose, salt, and seaweed. So whenever I see sea salt in a fragrance, I always, for some reason, think it has like a marine base, but it also has champaca, which is a note I noticed that he or she likes to work with. Ylang ylang, violet leaf, narcissus, tuberose, which I love, musk, white musk, vanilla, sandalwood, and amber and cedar. To Die For, I had put these in order of how, now I'm putting on my skin, guys, particularly because paper smells great, but unfortunately for me, it doesn't always transcribe. But I have smelled these 5 before, and that's why I know that Cherry Syrup Gold is one that I love. But I got enough cherry syrup. This on my nose comes off a sort of woody, a little bit of florals, and then what I get is a spiciness to it. And I don't get so much, I really don't get so much the citrus as where it is. When you think citrus, you're thinking oranges, you're thinking limes, you're thinking lemons, you're thinking bergamot, you're thinking that twang, that sourness. This is, imagine if you have a lemon, if you grow lemons, or if you're from the Caribbean or Italy or wherever, you grow lemons and you open up the lemon, you cut the lemon open, right? And you take out the seeds of the lemon and you leave the lemon, sitting out or whatever for a couple of days. It has a sort of it's an older lemon. It has a sort of, it's not rancid. The same thing happens with oranges. It has a certain scent to it. When an orange is a little old, or even your tangerines, it's just a little old, they're not fresh or the market. That's what I get a little bit mixed with all the other spices and the florals, because the fig note, which is at the top, I don't get a lot of the fig right away. But remember, figs in the US, figs in the Middle East, figs in the Caribbean are 3 different things. Those are the 3 figs that I experience, right? Fig in the Middle East it's round, it's sort of like purplish color and stuff like that. In Trinidad, figs, we use it for soup. Like green figs, and ripe figs, they're little tiny little fruits. That's what we use them for. So when I see fig, automatically my mind is thinking, photorealistically, that is what I'm looking at. But that is not the case with this one. So the fig comes in, even though it's in the beginning, when you spray it on there, you could smell. I smell mostly that a little sour, a little old smelling, mixed up with the notes of the spices. That's what I smell initially. And then as I let it sit, once it dries down, and I can see like this, the oil on my skin right here. You can't see it. You can't see it. Once it dries down, guys, it's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic on the skin. Now, I would say that for me, this one was one of my least favorites because I felt that my husband would wear. I always think about what I like to smell on my husband versus what I like to smell on me. And if you look, you'll see I did look at that. I did. Can you see that? I used it up. Okay. So I wasn't playing around. So this one would smell really sexy on a guy. I want to say it's almost, I can't think of any other fragrance that I have in my collection that I could say I acquiesce or I assimilate, or what's the word I'm looking for? I can identify this fragrance with those, because it's got salt, it's got seaweed. There are no fragrances that I have that have all of these notes together with this composition layered the way Jutanat layered these. Okay. So the next one I want to talk about is Istanbul. Let's see, those sound amazing. They are. Hi, Sia. Very interesting. Oh, someone said happy birthday. Thank you. Thank you very much. Your girl I turn what's it called? Nickel. Yeah, I turned nickel. I don't mind it though. I thought I would be bummed about it, but I don't. So the next one we're gonna try is Istanbul, as in Istanbul, Turkey. Ooh, this is sexy right off the bat. Again, spicy. I really think that he likes spices. He likes spices, the perfumer. He likes spices. So let's Pull it up real quick. Have you guys ever tried Proad fragrances? I know Jessica says she has. So another house that carries Istanbul is actually what's the name of that? Somebody mentioned it in their reel this week. Unique. Somebody, I think it was Jasmine that did that. Istanbul. And that is by Proad as well. Yep. Oh, another thing I got to tell y'all, when this arrives, when you purchase it in these bottles, this comes out, he takes this top off because so that when it's transported, it doesn't leak. So I thought that was really cool. And the bottle feels so good in the hand. It feels very heavy and thick and luxurious. Hi, Wendell. Hey, Trill, how are you? So Istanbul has amber. It's warm, spicy. It is balsamic. And it reminds me of the market space. So I wasn't in Turkey, but I was in Mosul, and the spices and stuff when you get like food, if you can imagine, just picture in your head something like Indiana Jones or one of those type of, movies where you're walking through the market, where you're on vacation and you're literally walking through the market and you're smelling the things like the meats and things of that nature. But then you walk into the perfume shop, because whenever you're in the Middle East, child, there is perfume shops everywhere, perfume oils. It is like hog heaven for us perfume lovers, okay? It is hog heaven. Hi, Sylvia. Yep, it is hog heaven for those of us. If we have ever gone to it. If you go to the Middle East, you're going to go into the perfume shop and the gold shop. Those are two shops you're going to go into. All right, so Istanbul to me has a very soapy, it's not effervescent or anything like that. It's literally straight up soapy on my nose and spicy. So I would label this as soapy and spicy. It does have labdanum, styrex, coffee, some resin. So it's got LME in there, and it's got ginger. So that's where that spiciness is coming from, and a little bit of the benzoin. I do get spices. My nose picks up spicy when I think about benzoin, although it's a smooth, rounded note, oily note almost. I do get a little bit of spice, and this has the incense. I do smell the incense, and I think it's an incense I prefer. I have had or tried and bought several incense fragrances that just doesn't work well for me. Hold on one second. Guys, don't forget to thumbs up the video, please. I am trying to do the best I can with this YouTube thing. Okay. I have a whole bunch of fragrance, and one of them kind of toppled over, so I want to make sure that I fix that. So you are getting the incense in this. You're getting the labdanum, and I think labdanum gives you sort of a soapy, soft, white floral effect because it's a balsam. Is that how you pronounce that? Balsam? Yeah. So it has like a deep powdery type vibe, but I get like clean, amber, soapy. I just keep saying soapy because it smells clean. Like if you like male scents, think about, clean, sexy, not smoky, not dirty. The leather is clean. So you go into like the Fendi boutique in Vegas, they're one of those, how do you call them? The like the Aria or something, where they have the Fendi boutiques, and you walk in there, and whenever you walk into those boutiques, there is a difference. When you're in Hawaii, I remember going to Hawaii, and I remember literally there's this mall that's like really long, it's outdoor and whatnot, but I walked into this is many years ago. I walked into the it was the Gucci boutique, and Toni Braxton had just sung "Unbreak My Heart, Say You Love." You remember that song? And she had on that white dress with the side cut out with the belt in the middle, and your girl used to be snatched. Okay, don't get it twisted, I wasn't this chunky all the time. Okay, but I wanted to try on that dress because they had it in the boutique. And my ex at the time, we walked in there, and that's my first time experiencing like luxury like that. I experienced it in Korea, but not in the US per se. But they had on, because I never really go into luxury boutiques in the US because I used to get treated a certain kind of way. So anyways, they put on their gloves and whatnot, and they walked in across, and they pulled the clothes out and whatnot. And I'm looking at it, and I was like, "Ooh, it's stretchy. I can fit in there." But I looked at it, and the first thing came to my mind was, yeah, I'm not getting in this, because if something happened to it, I don't want to pay for it. I'm always thinking like that. If I break something, I got to pay for it. No. Anyways, it was the first time, and I really appreciated that experience. But what I'm talking about Hawaii, I'm talking about the air. Once you get off the plane in Hawaii, once you get off the plane in certain places, the air is just completely different. It's literally different. You know, being in Iraq for 15 months and then coming back to the States, our first stop was up north. A second stop. First stop was in Germany. Second stop was up north. I think I can't remember what state, but that's just up north. All I remember is that I walked out and the air smelled different. It was snowing outside. It was a lot of snow and whatnot, but it was just different. This is what that reminds me of. It transports you. Okay. I said all of that, including Tony Braxton and the little singing, you know, the little singing thing there to let you know that this has that spicy, leathery, incensey, sexy, clean, soapy notes going on. And it's a little bit fruity, but the fruitiness doesn't pull out too heavily on my skin. So to me, in my opinion, Istanbul gives you the vibe of what I imagine Turkey is going to be like. And I was in Mosul, which is North Iraq, which is very close to Turkey. So there you go. All right, let's see here. Hi, Tab Hardy, Miss Brown Callie. Hello, Mr. Bavaria. I can never pronounce your name correctly. I'm working on it, though. I'm going to look it up on the French dictionary. All right. Yes, Trill, I am on YouTube. I am on YouTube as well. Okay, so the next one from Myth. Oh, one more Proad. This is for my first batch of Proad fragrances. And this is called Champagne. And child, all I can say is I liked this one. I know that I was trying not to use it up. Gangh Proad. And I don't see it popping up here. Let me make sure I spell it correctly. But I know I liked it. There we go. Champagne. Nope, it's not pulling out. After Chiang Mai. It's not pulling up, but I could pull it up. I loved this one. I found that Champagne was reminiscent of something else I had in my collection, but it had like an oilier, resinous type vibe to it, and I could not put my finger on it, but I actually really liked it. It's giving me, I don't know what it's giving me other than I like that word effervescent because it always identifies what I feel. I'm pulling it up on Proad. Here we go, a taste of champagne. That's what it's called. That's why I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it because it's called a taste of champagne. Still not coming up. So, taste of champagne on her lips. Is that by Myth? Now, this is fresh and spicy. I don't think this is what it is. Nope, that's definitely, well, maybe it is a taste of champagne on her lip. That's what it's called. This one is a fresh, spicy citrus vibe. It has grapefruit, bergamot, orange. Angelica is like a herby floral. It has orange blossom, peach, and apricot. I don't smell all of that. I think what I smell is, and I have an affinity. I don't know why. Maybe it's because Christmas is my favorite time of the year, but I have affinity to be pulling out pine notes or those type of fir notes and stuff from fragrances, only because my one House of Sillage has a fragrance called Holiday that I really, really love that fragrance because it smells very different than anything else a House of Sillage has put out, but it gives me Christmas vibes. Like imagine the candy cane and the Christmas tree when you walk in your house, like a fresh tree. I've had fresh trees before, that kind of vibe. Now, do you really want to be smelling like that all day? Probably not, but what they've done is the way they've delivered it with the florals in there. I think that's what makes it a little easier to wear, but it does happen. I always get like for me, an oily vibe. Now I have a little bit left in here, just a tad bit left, not enough for somebody to get a full wear, but I liked that one. So Taste of Champagne on her lips. I did like that one as well. I see two other people jumped in, and hey, Mosh, Mashikon, hello, 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 Mashishakon. Oh, thank you very much. So let's see here. Yeah, guys, it's nice as it settles down. It gives you a really nice. I hate saying comforting vibe because comfort means different things to different people, but it's a word we've been using lately in the fragrance community to give people it's sort of an assurance. When you utilize that word or that terminology, you give people an assurance that they're going to like that fragrance, because who doesn't like to be comforted, right? Does that make sense? Now, whether or not it's a right thing to do. I do smell the peach a little bit, and I do smell apricot in there as well, just a tiny bit. But mostly on first blast, I get the greenery, and the greenery is actually in the base of the fragrance. I don't understand how I'm pulling it. Maybe I just got a good nose that I'm pulling that so quickly. So that's the taste of champagne. We got 7 more to go, so let's roll it. Chocolate Cafe smells just like what it sounds like. Chocolate Cafe now is by Myth. We talked about now, okay, if you smell cherry syrup, if you smelled Tom Ford Lost Cherry, if you smell Baccarat Rouge 540, cherry syrup gold, it's pretty much, I mentioned it earlier, a mixture between Baccarat Rouge 540 and Lost Cherry a little bit. There is a little bit more woodiness to it. That's what I get with this. So I don't need to spray this one. I'm trying to save this because what I'd like to do, because I'm not going to buy all these fragrances at one time. What I'd like to do is whenever I send stuff to people, I like to send stuff to them so they can experience the fragrances, so they'll figure out whether or not they want to buy. So I really do try not to use up all my samples. Decants is another thing because, them expensive. But anyways, that's what, if you want to think about it, and it's a little thicker than, you can look it up on Fragrantica, but it's a little thicker. But I do love cherry sip. I love all their cherry fragrances. So the next one is a Chocolate Cafe, and this one, it does have warm, woody, spicy vibes to it. It also has a tad bit of fresh spiciness. And again, Jutanat, who is a perfumer, his name is his or her, because I don't know if it's a male or a female. Their perfumes, they like spices. And if you think about it, the fragrance house is from Proad and Myth, by the way, same house, okay? It's out of Bangkok, Thailand. So when you think about traveling there, you think about what you've seen on the internet or whatever, that's the vibe you're going to get, okay? So let's see here. Hi, guys. Thanks for joining. Oh, thank you very much. So Chocolate Cafe has orange at the top. It's also got saffron. That's probably why I like it. It's got saffron at the top, neroli, nutmeg, and cardamom, which cardamom I love, saffron I love, orange I do like quite a bit. And then in the middle it carries on with the orange, which you have the orange blossom. Then you've got chocolate in the middle, and it's got rose. Most fragrances these days, they utilize rose. Oh, this is pretty. So this is more, you get the florals, but you get this is beautiful. Chocolate Cafe is definitely one I'm going to get. Yeah. I'm working on this one here because it's already drying down on my skin. You can see the oil right here, right? Great fragrance oil. The bottles and the presentation is I love these bottles. Myth bottles is I love them. Oh, let me showcase it a little bit more. So you look at the cover. It's very heavy cap. It closed down nice and tight, so you can hold it like this. I don't, okay, because I've already broken a bottle of bond. I'm not playing that game no more. So you can hold it like this if you want to. If you're brave, if you're froggy, you want to jump, no problem. You do that. You do you. But the bottle is nice and substantial. I love Myth bottles. Y'all know presentation is a thing for me. That's a pet peeve of mine. Okay, love this one, Chocolate Cafe. You smell the florals. It smells expensive, like Cardi's. Who said it? Cardi. One of them rappers, they said, everything nice, everything expensive, everything Gucci. I ain't want to tell you because I don't want anybody biting it. I'm telling you, get yourself some Chocolate Cafe. Go ahead and bite off of me. I'm getting a bottle of that. So that's next on my list. So then I got, when I ordered, we're moving good, guys. We have a few more minutes left. So when I ordered Cafe de Chiang Mai, which is a cafe, this is like better than Starbucks coffee. This is bougie. This is you buy a beautiful, fancy, for those of you that have the really beautiful kitchens and you have that fancy coffee machine type thing, and you have the beautiful Tiffany cups or the Chanel cups or the Louis Vuitton cups. I'm too clumsy to buy those things. I'd be really pissed off if I broke all of that. So I wouldn't buy that. But I'm just saying, for those of you who are brave enough to buy those things, I'm telling you, this fragrance is like you're making one of your coffee and you make the fancy swirl and all of that good stuff in it. You know, I call it the aesthetic look. Even the bottle is aesthetic. Look at that. Right? Anyways, Cafe de Chiang Mai is a great, in my opinion, just mine. It's a great fragrance if you're looking for a coffee note that doesn't smell like you walked out of a coffee or a cacao factory. Okay. So when I bought this, I got some more samples. Love samples. Love my glasses too, because I can't see jack. Okay, so there we go. I got my glasses on. And this one, I really wanted to experience with y'all, so I have not sniffed these at all. Yeah. I wanted to do this live, and I bought this a few weeks ago, and my time was just not working out for me. So let's just empty that out. And so we've got Touch the Rain. We've also got Sweet Lime and Honeysuckle. So these are already sounding like spring fragrances. We've got Lychee and Osmanthus. We've got When a Woman Falls in Love. That's a Valentine's fragrance right there, honey. Valentine's, wedding, birthday, Christmas, engagement. I bet you this fragrance is going to smell like that. And then we've got Mellow Musks. So, dear Lord, Heavenly Father, help my wallet. I'm just saying, because I already have a feeling I'm going to be buying all of these. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Hi, I am Foxy. Hello, Hubie. Isa, thanks for joining. I am afraid for my wallet at this point. Hi, Kimberly. I'm scared. As we said down in the south, I'm scared. Okay, so I'm going in with Mellow Musk. I'm scared. I'm telling you why I'm scared, because I'm getting ready to retire, and I am seriously trying to hold on to my cash flow. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm already sensing. Shucks. Oh, blimey. Bloody hell. Let me pull up the notes for y'all. Oh, man. Damn it. I'm going to blame Layla for this. Because she did a video she and a couple other people on TikTok. If you're on TikTok, please follow her, Layla Sense. And she did a video and she was like, this is my last haul for February. And I'm thinking to myself, I just bought like about 10 perfumes. My birthday, I had like a list. I like Mellow Musk. This is gorgeous. Oh my gosh. It's gorgeous. Bloody hell. This opens up with peach. It has jasmine. It has palisandro rosewood. So it's got wooden, milk cream. Milk cream in the base. Coconut tough. My wallet. This is beautiful. Bloody hell. And it's got a good rating. Bloody hell. Damn it. Oh my God. This smells great, guys. Okay, it's just my nose, okay? Not saying that you're going to love this or you should blind buy. Again, you can buy samples. I'm going to put the information in my description once I go off the video and I, do my little doo-doo. I'll put the live up on Instagram as well as on YouTube, and I will put the description of the fragrance. I'm not going to write down, you guys can research the notes for yourself, but I'm going to put down Gangh's perfume shop, and I'll put a link, like an to himself, so you guys could reach out to him. Oh my God, this is beautiful. Bottom line sold. Bloody hell. Let me put you over there. I know I'm buying you. Bloody hell. It is so pretty, y'all. It's called Mellow Musk. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous fragrance on my skin. Bloody hell. Now, these are first impressions. I did not open these before, so I cannot tell you whether or not they're going to last for a long period of time. But at the rating of 4.29, I'm scrolling down to see what other people say. Only one person left a note. Sweet, creamy, fluffy. Yep, yep, yep. Not cloying. Yep. Again, very similar to this, which is strawberry and cream, very similar to the Cafe de Chiang Mai. And the reason why is the way Jutanat, that's the perfumer. I cannot pronounce his last name. That's why I'm not doing it. So Jutanat, the way he creates his fragrance, it's just not very cloying, in my opinion. It's very smooth. It's like this. Think of auras. You know, like when you see auras, or when you look out when it's really, really hot outside and you see the heat coming up from the ground, that wavy thing in the atmosphere that you see, that energy, like if you're if you're into like sci-fi and stuff, you know, when you look at the aliens and the little sparkly stuff comes out from their bodies and all that, that's what this is giving me. This is giving me wedding. This is giving me first date. It's turning into a slightly soapy vibe on my skin. But then again, my body cream today was, what did I wear today? My body cream today was one of Bath and Body Works, sort of champagne something. It was, I got to use them up because Nathan's on my neck. He buys me a lot of body creams and stuff for my birthday and for Christmas and stuff. And if he sees I'm not using it, he gets on my neck. That's my 9-year-old son, y'all. So I put them all out so he can see that I'm using them. But that's what I have on. So this fragrance does, and I had that on since this morning. That, I love it. Mellow Musk, 2 thumbs up. 10 fingers. How do I say 10 toes down and 10 fingers up? Mellow Musk is fantastic on my skin. So let's move on. We've got a few more minutes. When a woman falls in love, and I assume, again, these are spring releases. So I'm going to pull up the notes real quick. What I like to do is actually spray it on my skin and then guess what the notes are. So let's do that before I hit the enter. Nope. Yep, I got space right here. I wiped my arms down with baby wipes before my interview earlier today. For those of you that are just coming in, I have a book out. I'm a co-author. It's called Misadventures Guide, and it's Misadventures, and it's called The Ultimate Empowerment Guide for Women. I wrote chapter 8, and my chapter is on navigating life after the death of a teenage son. There are 23 women that wrote in this book, and each one of us, the chapter is phenomenal. They're telling their story, and nothing in there is fictional. Okay, so please, Amazon, go buy the book. I'll put the link for the book as well. Oh, I smell mango. Like I told y'all, I smell fruit. I smell mango. Y'all, I love mango. Mango is the moment, okay? Hashtag mango is the moment. Hashtag mango is the moment. I said that. I don't care if anybody else said it before me. I said it. Today is mine. I coined it. Mango is the moment. Oh, gosh. Kimberly said, you'll retire from the military and work in a beautiful perfumery. I want to do this full time. I love doing this, but it's not just with perfumes. Like I mentioned when we started, I do makeup. I applied to be a Sephora Squad member. So please go over to, the link is in my bio on YouTube, on Instagram, everywhere my bio is at, TikTok. The link is there. Go ahead and write me a testimonial. If you follow me, if you're just meeting me for the first time, hey girl, hey guy, go ahead and leave me a testimony. I have over 400 videos, like over 400, either shorts and videos in my repertoire on YouTube. So you can pull up, you'll see all the crazy videos I did, the crazy hair, the crazy makeup, and all that stuff. But the point I'm trying to make is this. I don't see too many people on social media that are over 50 years old talking about stuff from our perspective, you know, have a lot of kids and have a husband and divorce and all that kind of stuff. We live life, you know, we don't look like it, but we lived it. And we are the ones that actually be spending all the money on this stuff. You know, I'm just saying. We're the ones up in Sephora buying for ourselves, buying for our kids, still adult kids and grandkids. So I think I would make a good Sephora squirrel, you know, from that perspective. That's my platform. I don't think we're represented enough from our age group, because the majority of things in Sephora, when it comes to skincare and aging stuff, that's where, and those are expensive, that's where we come in. But the majority of the makeup that's purchased, it's actually our money. It's not the young folks' money, it's our money. I'm just saying. Because my daughter be having me in Sephora dropping like $300-$400 at a time. Hi, Dion. I'm glad you were too. Okay, so Blair asked me a quick question, which is, what are your thoughts on Valleja? And I think I took Valleja back downstairs. I did, to put it with my Parfums de Marly collection. But I liked Valleja. I think that Valleja is, in my opinion, Valleja is the 100% perfect unisex scent. Now, it is it's created for females based on the shape of the bottle and the presentation. But I think that on a man, the pheromones and your body chemistry and whatnot, I think it will blossom beautifully. On me, it took me walking around the counter several times at Neiman Marcus, leaving the I live in Texas, leaving, going outside the store, going to other stores, shopping, and coming back to the counter, walking around again the counter, left the area, the shopping area, and then came back again, this time with my hubby, and sniffed it again. And that's when I knew I wanted that fragrance. It smells really good. I think it smells really good. It's fresh, it's bright. And to me, it's long lasting. It has a musk appeal. So if you're only familiar, or you only like Narciso, which is my favorite musk, still Narciso Rodriguez Poudre, my favorite #1 musk of all time for me. If you like that, you'll think you're going to be like, it's not smelling like that. But Valleja, I don't think it smells like anything else. And I am not normally a person who likes fragrances that smells like that. But for some reason, this note, it's a new note that perfumers, it's not a new note, y'all. It's not really new, but we'll say it's new for the sake of, people who are just putting out perfume, It's called White Peach. White Peach it's not new. I'm saying that again. It ain't new. Okay. But it elevates the fragrance. So what I would recommend, in my opinion, if you have a great relationship, and I say great relationship because you should create a great relationship with your Neiman Marcus and your Saks associates, get a sample, wear that sample for more than a few days. Don't put it on paper, put it on your skin to see how your skin reacts to it. And then leave. Don't buy it right away. Do not buy it right away. Leave, go do what you have to do, and then try and come back. Unless you have to drive like 30 minutes. Gas is too bloody expensive to drive back. And then also find out what the return policy is. But leave, come back, and then purchase the Valleja. The other option you have is my recommendation. I say this all the time. Get on Facebook groups. Femme Frag Heads, one of my favorite groups, if not my favorite, Femme Frag Heads. I'm also a member of Frag Talk, Fragrance Junkies, Fragrance Lord, TLTG. He has a channel on YouTube. Follow him. Ross, that's his name. TLTG. All of these guys, it's people like us. We love fragrances. It's not just because we review it that we love it. It's because we actually really do genuinely love fragrances. We're not talking about fragrances because it's the new hype thing. It's the new niche to get into because it's going to make you some money or whatever the case is, although I hope to be making money soon because I'm getting ready to retire and I need money to buy all of this bloody fragrance I have. But anyways, bottom line is join fragrance groups. When you join fragrance groups, you have an opportunity. People do a lot of splits. People that I trust, such as Chris Martin, Bianca, Lisa Ricketts. I'm calling these people's names out because I have purchased from them and I trust them. Okay. You buy decants. You can buy 5 milliliter decants. You can buy 10 milliliter decants. That way you're not committed to buying a full bottle. When something drops, I'm reiterating this because I've been talking about this for the past year in all my TikToks and all my videos. Sample, sample, sample. If you join Facebook groups or you go to Crystal Fragrance, you go to So Avant-Garde, there are tons of places you can buy. You don't have to sign up. It's just my opinion. I'm not saying don't do it. You do you, but you do not have to sign up for these places where you got to pay. I'm getting hot now. Pay monthly subscription and stuff. You don't have to do that. You can buy from people. You just buy a small because you just want, y'all, I don't know about y'all, but I forget about for subscriptions. And next thing you know, I'm spending hundreds of dollars and I ain't using ain't nothing of what they're sending me, or forget to even go, So this time, that's just me. That's just Pam. Okay. I'm not trying to step on nobody's game or anything like that. I mean, of course, I'll sell you a subscription if they're paying me to talk to you about it, right? I'm still not gonna change my mind. I really truly believe in buying from your community members because number one, man, I wasn't planning on going on this direction, but y'all know me for the most part. I think that I'm like this. I used to buy a lot of things from military wives because they're moving with their husbands everywhere. And so whether they're selling Pampered Chef, whether they're selling Salad Master, whatever, I'm always trying to buy from those folks. And I look at fragrance groups, those individuals the same way. They're trying to make a little since COVID, they've been trying to make a little extra cash. And to be honest with you, they're not making any money. It takes time, energy, effort to make samples. These bottles ain't cheap. One. Number two, sometimes accidents happen where things spill, right? Number three, the little gadgets and stuff to make the samples, they sometimes break. I mean, so they're doing it for their love of fragrance and wanting you guys to experience things that you probably wouldn't have experienced before, or you probably think it's too expensive. So that's just my recommendation. So don't think they're just doing this for money. Some people might be, but they're not. They're actually losing money. Oh, and not to mention postage. It cost me almost $20 to mail something that somebody paid $15 for. Okay. And you know why? Because I wrapped it and whatnot and the weight of it. So I don't want it to, why would I don't want something to get damaged. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where I'm coming from. So please keep that in mind. But join those fragrance group. Femme Frag Heads, my number one. Frag Talk, my number two. Killian. Maison Francis Kirkjean. Raja Haute Perfumery has a group as well. There are tons of perfume groups on Facebook. There's drama. I just stay out the drama. I say what I said and I keep it moving. That's just how I roll. I'm not intending to purposefully hurt anybody, but I'm not going to let anybody bully me. I'm just not going to do it. So anyways, let's see here. Face red heart shape. Okay. All right. So let's see here. Iris. Oh, there are only 3 people on Instagram. So let's keep it moving. So we've got a woman falls in love. And then we've got, oh, the notes. Bloody hell. When a woman falls in love. I didn't even talk about that. I went off on it. Y'all, I'm so tangential. It's not funny. When a woman, another beautiful one. This one opens up with lemon, pink pepper, lavender, and sage. So if you are a lavender lover, this you would like. If you're not a lavender lover, get the samples. In the middle, it has my favorite rose, which is the Turkish rose. And then you've got jasmine. And then in the base, you've got amber, musk, and sandalwood. So this is it's not as complex as the other fragrances, but it is absolutely beautiful. And I don't know why my skin is pulling mango. It's something sweet. Maybe it's the Turkish rose. It could be. It could be the Turkish rose. Yeah, it could be the Turkish rose that's making my skin pull that, but that's what I thought it was, and I can't find it. But that's what I'm sniffing. Yeah, so that is, I like it. I still like it a lot, and that's when a woman falls in love. So let me know if you guys have tried Proad. This one is by Myth. This has a fantastic rating of 4.67 out of 5 votes. Wow, that's pretty freaking. Okay, so this was not created by Jutanat Piawariang. This was created by Anne Flippo, and I want to say she might be Filipino. I'm not 100%. Anne Flippo and Florenta Marino, and his name sounds Italian. I don't know these perfumers very well, so I'm sorry. I should have done more homework on that, but I don't see, there's only one review. I actually felt like I'm in love. It's sweet, not too sweet, lovely. One of my favorites for sure. Yeah, it's one of my favorites too. When a woman falls in love, that's one of my favorites. So let's move on to the next one. And because we're running out of time, Touch the Rain. I can tell you right now, this one is a really clean fragrance. And I think a lot of people had talked about this was one of the first aquatics that they actually really enjoyed right out the bat. And I think, oh my goodness, man, he need to, I'm gonna have to like hit him up and be like, yo, can you spot me a bottle? This is beautiful. I'm not normally an aquatic person. This reminds me of House of Sieges. Hold on one second, I'll pull it down. Scoot, scoot, scoot over. Okay, there we go. That's what this reminds me of a little bit. Touch the Rain reminds me a little bit of House of Sieges fragrance. This is House of Sieges Avatar fragrance. And if you see my room is a crazy mess in the reflection, my apologies in advance. But that's what it reminds me of. Hi, Doc. Hello, hello. Hi, Marshmallow. Hi, Marcy. That's what it reminds me a little bit of, but it's actually very clean. It's literally smelling like what it says it is. It's got spicy mint at the top. It's got water notes. It's got water lily, lemon. So this is a very clear, refreshing fragrance. It's got frangipani in the middle, magnolia, jasmine. Jasmine is one of my favorite notes as well. I'm learning a lot about myself. Cardamom and the vetiver in the base. Now, normally I find cardamom, well, they put cardamom all over with fragrance notes and put it in the middle of the top, depending upon what vibe they're looking for and how they want the fragrance to open up. And then in the base, I find that when cardamom sits in the base, normally I like it with wood, which is sandalwood or something to that effect. This one does not have that. It doesn't have wood to bog it down. It uses vetiver to hold it together, to bind it, to close it out, to round it out. Yeah, it's nice. Now, I like it. I like it, but I'm getting a slight, it's a frangipani. I'm getting that slight little, it's not cloying. I want to say like a creamy, oily vibe to it. So that's that one. I don't think it's one that I would go, oh, I've got to have this one. So that's Touch of Rain. If you like salty, if you like, not salty, if you like fresh, if you like watery, if you like those type of notes, the perfume, I'll just tell you what the perfumer calls it. They said aquatic, green, floral, aromatic, fresh, spicy, citrus, and tropical. So I'm going back to the last one. I love that one. When a Woman Falls in Love, it's beautiful. It is gorgeous. It's gorgeous, darling. It's gorgeous. So now I got to sell me, let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 bottles. I got to sell me 4 bottles that I can replace these with, because that's the thing I'm going with. If I'm buying more, I got to push more out. And then I have 2 more. This one is called Lychee and Osmanthus. One's not popping up, so that must be a new scent. Let's see, Lychee and Osmanthus. If you've tried Proad before, you've tried all of these, I need to know from you. Please let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are, because I just literally found this brand like a couple of months ago, and I find it quite, in my opinion, quite interesting. These fragrances are not stuff that you say like, okay, this smells like rose prick, or this smells like, carnal flower or whatever. None of them give me that vibe yet. The only one that gave me a vibe of something else was Proad's Cherry Syrup Intense, and that's because it doesn't just smell like Lost Cherry. It adds in that Baccarat Rouge 540 event, so it's like you're mixing those 2 fragrances together. It has something else in it that makes it a little creamier than those 2 fragrances, which is, I really do like and enjoy wearing that fragrance. So this one has blood orange, bitter orange. Wow, blood orange, bitter orange. Let's see, lychee. I gotta find a spot. Okay, find a spot. And I do smell the orange one from the opening. So it has blood orange, bitter orange, bergamot neroli, lychee, jasmine. It's got a ton of notes, y'all. Mimosa, tuberose, a lot of heavy hitting type of vibes to it. And then in the base, you've got oak moss, fig leaf, cedar, and amber. It's even got bamboo in there. Not too many fragrances add that note in there. So it's got bamboo tea. So there's a green, orange, woody, slightly spicy, earthy undertone. It says here citrus and fresh spicy are just what they're saying the accords are. But with all of these notes, guys, yeah, getting the fresh, light tea vibe. Excuse me. I would say this, I would wear it in the summer. Like Texas heat gets between 100, 110 sometimes, depending upon, how it feels. Not necessarily the temp, but how it feels. So that's my recommendation. I would say try it. Sample, sample, sample. Be a sample queen or king. And the last one is sweet lime and honeysuckle. And this one, I can tell you right off the bat, I know for a fact this is going to be a little citrus base. Sweet lime. And if you try these fragrances, besides the one I talked about, the strawberry and cream and the cherry syrup intense, have y'all tried any of these? These bottles are bloody gorgeous. Love it. So this is musky. Oh my God. Somebody rated it a 5 out of 5. Okay. Okay. Nope. I can still smell that other fragrance, the chocolate one up here. Nope. Nope. I should have brought some baby wipes up here. Oh, I hate to put it on the palm of my hand. I ran out of space. Let's just put it on. Put it on my face. Woo! That lime's strong, but not bitter. It's not bitter. So the top notes, it has grapefruit, lime, orange. In the middle, you've got honeysuckle, lily of the valley, jasmine, and gardenia. Love gardenia too. I think I prefer gardenia over jasmine. Not sure yet. Then in the base, you've got musk and cedar. Hey, Janie. Hi, Carolyn. Yes, I am going to post all the fragrances. I'm going to post them at the bottom of the description for you guys. That way, when you go back to it, once I put the video live, I'm going to plug in all the fragrances. And what I'm also going to do is this is a house out of Proad and Myth is one house. So think of Tiziana Terenzi. One is a subsidiary of the other. And I want to say Proad is a subsidiary of Myth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to link the fragrances that we tried today, because these here that I'm talking about, I had not tried them first, blind try, first try. I'm going to list them down in the bottom in the description. And then on Instagram, I'm also going to list them, and I'm going to at Gangh, who is the US distributor who I purchased my items from, or who sent these to me as well. He sent me the samples. And then I'm also going to put his fragrance house, not his fragrance house. How do I say? His boutique, his fragrance boutique. That way you guys could go on there and see what's available and things like that. If you want to, sorry about that, if you want to order it. So I'm going to do all of that once we're done tonight, before I post it for it to go live. That's what I'm going to make sure that I do. Y'all, I'm smelling good. I'm smelling very herbal, very sweet. I'm getting a nice vibe. I'm not feeling like nothing is cloying. Everything is blending well together. There's nothing that's like, I shouldn't have put this on that one. I'm not getting any of those vibes. They're really, really good. They're really good. I'm no shade. They did a good job. And the fragrances, I know that there has to be a conversation about people expecting fragrances to last 8 to 10 hours. You don't really want that. It's kind of like having a burp stay on you for 8 to 10 hours. You want that scent to fade away for some time. And what people would get is your body chemistry blended with the fragrance. Fragrance is an enhancement. You don't want to smell just like a perfume and your body scent, unless you're trying to cover up something. So keep that in mind when you're wearing perfumes. Perfumes are supposed to be seductive, enhance your feeling, your emotions, those type of things. So keep that in mind when you wear these fragrances. I know that some people are going to, well, it don't last but 6 hours. You would work for 8 hours. If you want to smell the same way, your body naturally don't smell the same way. I'm just saying, keeping it 100. Right? So you want to go home and take a shower and put something else on, right? If you got more than 10 fragrances in your collection, like most of us here do, that's what you want to do. So they do. Yes, that's how I got these. They do ship to the US. How does a woman fall in love when a woman falls in love compared to the intensity? I do not have Libre. I have the intense. I don't have the original. I don't like the original. And this, the lavender in this is stronger. Okay, so Janie asked a question here on YouTube. How does When a Woman Fall in Love compare to YSL Libre? I only have the intense version of Libre because I like this better. It's warmer. The lavender is there, but I actually really prefer this one better. The lavender in here. Now, I would say if you were to say lavender fragrance, another lavender fragrance that is very well liked and loved is Montguerlain Floral. This smells very different. This smells a little more gourmand than those fragrances. So that's kind of my take on that. So I'll be Googling Myth Discovery set to no avail. I'll wait for the info. Yeah, so I wish I was able to. I can't pull up TikTok on my computer. If I was able, his name is Gone, and he has a long last name. But I'm gonna put what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put all his information in the description, and that includes if you mostly hang out on Instagram or you mostly hang out on TikTok. I would say stick with the Instagram and the YouTube. You know, he doesn't know I'm doing this video. Okay, so but he's been really sweet. The stuff comes in no time at all. The presentation is really nice, it's gift ready, in my opinion. I do love so far. I would say I only like 2, and I love the rest of the items he sent me. I like the way they mesh with my body and stuff like that. But I really have to be careful because I could see myself pretty much buying these 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all of these fragrances. And I don't want to do that. I'm really trying my best to be a little more considerate of how I spend and how I relay information to you guys so that you don't feel you have to purchase something. That's why I always hamper on samples or decants. Let's see here. Hi, ClueFan2485. Thank you for joining. The perfume smells delicious, but I do like Libre Intense. That's what Teresa says on Instagram. How do they ship USPS, UPS, or FedEx? So that's a question Teresa just asked. How do they ship? They actually ship, I want to say I think it was USPS. I don't remember, but you can reach out to him on Instagram. Once I plugged his information in, you could reach out to him and he's very receptive and stuff. Remember time difference, okay? So when he, like, let's just say something's out of stock and he has an idea that it's going to come back in stock a little sooner, he will let you know that information. Also, I think he lets you know if something's discontinued. You know how some people just kind of like, lead you on. Gone is not like that. So my recommendation is once I plug that information in, you're gonna get it. Let's see if I see any more questions. No other questions. Yeah, I want to say it's out of USPS or because he's a US distributor, which means he's in the US. Let's see. I don't see any more questions or comments that I missed. Do you guys have any other questions for me before we log off? We are a little over time today. We are 14 minutes over time. I saw one question roll up, and that is from, I have seen your every post, fashion, style, and information experience so beneficial for every human. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So if you have no questions for me before we go, I want to reiterate to you guys, I have applied for the Sephora Squad 2023. My platform, I sound like a beauty queen. My, my platform is specifically for, in my opinion, for women of a certain age, because I do not see such representation when I see Sephora Squad posts and stuff like that. It's always a lot of young folks. When I say young, I'm talking about younger women and men. And I don't see too many of us there, whether it's an event that I see on TikTok or anything like that. So I think that I would be a great representation for that space. And my recommendation is that Sephora pick me. Not that I want to be a pick me, but pick me. Right. So please write me a testimonial. The link is in my bio on TikTok and in on Instagram. All you have to do is click my bio, go over to my bio page, click on that link, and all the tabs to everything that I talk about and whatnot is there. I am thinking about creating another YouTube channel. I'm still thinking about it. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that yet. However, what I'm going to be doing is creating a space where I can write my reviews. So if anything happens with TikTok, if anything happens with Instagram or whatever, you know, I have my information on there. So I'm going to create a web page coming soon. I would say within the next 3 months. I just got to get the cat. I know you can do it for free and stuff like that, but I want to make sure that I'm doing things right. That is, you know, I don't like janky. I'm just not janky. Right. So that's kind of my mindset. So keep in mind that way you can look at a YouTube reel, you can look at a short, because people's attention span is short. But if you want to read about my thoughts on something, you want to see a video, because like I said, I have over 400 videos and shorts on YouTube. You want to see something, a review on something, I can do it. And I don't have to worry about violating anybody's space, basically. So I am planning on doing a website, and hopefully that should be out. I'm praying before the fall, I should get it together so I can put that on there. I am not selling per se any, you know, products or anything yet, but more to come. You know, I would like to have an Amazon storefront. I would like to, you know, like the things that I wear. I like to wear natural or things like from the Caribbean, whether it's earrings, whether it's clothes that remind me, because I like Indian clothing. I like the designs and stuff like that. So all of these are things that are coming in mind, what I think people would like who are part of my tribe. And if you are not following me on Instagram, TikTok, or on YouTube, if you are not subscribed to my channel, and this is what you like beauty, you like luxury, you like a little bit of other stuff too, but if you like those things, you like the way I present, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. The reason I'm considering ending my YouTube channel that currently is because I'm not getting enough views, what I would like to see for all the work that I put in. So I'm trying to be a little more present, face front. For those of you that don't know, you can look at my Instagram story and you can look at my TikToks. I had a really bad incident last year where I had a mini stroke. I didn't share all of this because I don't like to burden people with stuff, but I had a lot going on, deaths in the family, health issues, all sorts of stuff. So I kind of stayed behind the camera, not in front of the camera. And I'm kind of getting back to that because a lot of you have reached out to me privately and in my comments and said you'd like to see more of me. So at least once a week, I will be trying to do a live and or a video for you guys. So if this is helpful, if this is what you want, I need to know what you want to see. If I don't know what you want, guys, I cannot give it to you. So I'll be like picking a whole bunch of random fruits and it ain't what you want. And I don't want to do that. So it's very disheartening to put in a lot of work and you guys aren't watching this stuff. So if you want to watch my videos, share it, help a sister out. Okay, let's all be great together. Okay. All right, guys, it is past the time. I am so sorry for keeping you late. I apologize for that. I will have all that information for you. I promise I'll get it up to you, if not tonight in the morning, because I got to go get dinner. I don't see any other question. I think he's in one of the fragrance groups. Somebody asked a question. Yes. I did your testimony. Thank you, Teresa, for doing the testimonial. Don't forget, my book is out right now. It is called Misadventures, A Guide to Ultimate Empowerment. I'm moving things so I can lift the book up to show you guys. If you have not purchased it, please check it out on Amazon. It is a bestseller, 5-time bestseller. My chapter is chapter 8. It is called Misadventures Guide to the Ultimate Empowerment for Women. And it is 23 women who wrote their stories about things that this is not fictional. And we're also giving you guys, if you have experienced some of those things, I believe you will connect with more, at least, you will connect with at least 5 to 10 stories in here. Whether it's grieving, whether, and this is not just for women, okay? Whether it's great gift, get it for someone. If you want to get it from me, I have about 30 copies left, and I will sign it for you, and I will send it to you. If you want my signature in there, you might not, don't know, but please purchase Ultimate Guide. I really love this thing. This was a labor because I had to write about the death of my son, and that was hard. So, Misadventures Guide, the Ultimate Empowerment for Women and Men. I promise you will love this book. It is absolutely beautiful. Buy the book. Grab you a box of tissues when you open it up. My chapter is chapter 8. I'm trying to pull it up. So I'll show you what my title is. And mine is here. It's How to Survive. This is not me. This is the last chapter. This is my chapter right here. Just showing y'all so y'all don't think I'm lying. Okay. And it is called How to Survive and Navigate Life After the Death. I'm getting teary-eyed already. I'm trying to choke that down. Of a teenage child. For those of you, this is your first time here. I lost my son at the age of 18, 6 weeks after his 18th birthday, to osteosarcoma, which is a childhood cancer. It is bone cancer. It is incredibly painful. One of the top 2 painful cancers there is before treatment, during treatment, after treatment. It's just painful as hell. And he fought a really, really good fight, but ultimately he went on. He passed away. And that's what mine is. All the while, my experience in here, not to give away too much, is I'm talking to you about, when I found out my son had cancer, I had literally just taken command. And for those of you, if you know anything about the military, taking command is a big deal. So you can't fail at that. And so, yeah, and how, my commander rallied around me, how I have support from people. Wow. This was not supposed to go in this direction. I should just close this down. But it's not just my story. It's a lot of women who've gone through a lot of things, whether it is fighting to keep stuff from childhood, the trauma from childhood locked up, which I have suffered a lot of trauma in my life. And reading that kind of opened some of that up and making me have to deal with it, because when you have trauma, what we tend to do is we tend to buy, or it's generational. It can continue on, and you treat your kids and stuff like that and not even know that you're doing that. So, how we treat each other, like one of the ladies in here, she had other health issues, but one of them was eczema. And the reason why that was just a mainstay is, if you think of eczema, think of the worst sort of acne that you can have. And that's, you can't even cure it. You don't know how to cure it. And it flares up. And as a kid going through that, it's just, this book is freaking life-saving, and you will read it more than once. I have already. So please pick up a copy on Amazon, or reach out to me, DM me, and if you want a signed copy. Again, my chapter is chapter 8. Misadventures. I cannot say how much I love this. This was a labor of love, a labor of pain, and a labor of love. And so this has forced me to identify the fact that I am a writer, and I have other things that I'm going to be working on. So there's a lot more to come from me. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the live, there are many, many layers to me, and I'm just discovering them. And hopefully I will be taking you on that journey with me, or that you'd like to be on that journey with me. Okay. If you have any questions, just DM me, and I'll be an open book. If I cannot answer it because of whatever circumstance, I will let you know. All right. So guys, have a great time. Have a great evening. I'll let you all go to enjoy the rest of the evening. And thanks so much for joining. Thanks for joining today. All right. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. And I'll see you all on the next one. Bye.